We're just gonna do some Kempo today, along with some exercises. All right, so standard warm up, 25 jumping jacks. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Push-up position, 15 push-ups. On your own, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Back up on our feet. 15 jumping jacks. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Back down. 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups on your own. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. From here, we're just going to do a quick little leg warm-up as well, hitting our lunges, all different directions, okay? So we're going to do 20 total. That's 10 on each leg in all directions. So actually 60 total. So here we go. Going forward first, just alternating. We're going to do 20 total, 10 each leg. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Nice. Let's go ahead and hit the side lunges now. Stepping over on each one. Little side shuffle, back onto the other side. All right, here we go. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Really push off like you're shooting a side blade kick or a side kick. Drive off that leg. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Nice. 20 more. We're going to hit it going backwards. Okay, remember, we want to go back as far as we can and pull yourself up with your leg. Don't focus more on the driving factor on the back leg. I want you to focus more on the pulling factor of the front leg, okay? And work your hammies a little bit. So here we go. 20 total. There you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And really make sure that weight goes back onto that leg there. Boom. And then bring it back. Don't get caught leaning forward. Okay. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Nice. So, gosh, I have a nice little warm-up in already. All right, so how we're going to do this today. Each one of you is going to get a chance to pick a technique, so we're going to actually try to break down 4 different techniques today. You're going to be able to pick it, and we're all going to have our input on what's going to happen, all right? So, Kelly, I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you.
Great.
What is your technique? Maybe one of your favorites, a problem technique. Nothing too crazy, so we don't not going to get into like two-man techniques and stuff like that. Try to keep more so, I would say, green and below.
Let's do like,
okay, so everyone can do the technique.
Yeah, how about like glancing wing?
Glancing, it's a good one. I was actually thinking about. I thought Carrie was going to pick that one. I think she probably was, and you took it.
Ah!
All right, so everyone hop up. And Alan, you know glancing wing, buddy? No? All right, you're going to learn it today.
Cool.
Here we go. Okay, so glancing wing is against that left uppercut coming in, boom, to the body, okay? So we're stepping into our neutral bow, shooting this downward kind of inward hammer block as we shoot that vertical fist up to the head, okay? As we come around, right, I know Sensei Donnie likes to add that little claw across the face on the way through, so go ahead and add that as you step up the circle, boom. From there, we come back around, we're clear of the arm, and we hit our little 5-sword step as we shoot. Same thing out of like charging ram, 5 swords. Boom, and then coming around with that glancing elbow, okay? One more time, a little bit through. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so did you have a problem with this technique or anything, or is this just one of your favorite techniques? Or
This is the one that I always get mixed up with cross of death. Is that right?
okay,
As to when you step up the circle,
okay.
kidney shot, because I know that they're different.
So, I've actually seen it both ways done with glancing wing, where here, boom, where this isn't actually up the circle, it's boom, and then you just catch and fire that uppercut on this way. So I've seen it, both versions, but cross of death is that same thing. Only difference is you're coming underneath as opposed to over the top, right? So underneath and hitting there. Okay, so those would be the differences there. But with glancing wing, I want you, now we're going to go into the breakdown. That's the ideal phase, right? That uppercut comes in, boom, hit the claw, boom, up the circle, hit. So now what I want you guys to assess is what is the what if factor there, okay? So what are we doing? What can possibly else happen? Is this guy just going to come and land a straight uppercut and just sit there? Okay.
A right punch in.
So a right punch, you guys think like a right hook might come in?
Mm.
Okay, right hook or a right cross, okay? So I want to go through each of you guys real quick, and you guys are all going to demonstrate. What do you think you can do to keep this technique kind of sound, but also address that other punch coming in? Okay, so just for a second, just kind of think it out, maybe walk through. And I have a couple ideas for you, but I want each of you to explain what you think you can do to cancel out that right hand or simply just address it, okay? So let's go with Molly. We'll put you on the spot first. I'm going to unmute everybody because you guys are...
No, I was typing because I was going to say I don't think I really understand what's going on with this technique because I don't know this technique.
Oh, okay, so you don't know this technique. All right. So let's see a little deeper then. That uppercut is coming in. As that left uppercut comes in, we're hitting that downward hammer block kind of like we would in alternating maces, right? So we're stepping forward, hitting that downward. At the same time, we're shooting that vertical fist up to the head. So we're going boom, and from there we're going to switch our hands. The left hand is going to check on that uppercut, and we're going to claw across the face. As we pull this across, we're going to turn that into a hammer strike to the kidney. Yeah. And then you know charging ram, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's that same step now. Up the circle, we feed inside the arm as we clear that shot there. So we clear the arm, and then we bring it around and land with that elbow. And it's simply against just that uppercut right there. Okay? So my question is, if that right hand comes in with a cross or a right hook, what's something we can do to address that? So Molly, I'll let you think about that for a second. Carrie, what do you think?
I mean, the only thing I can think of, but that gets you all twisted, and I don't like that.
Well, explain.
No, if you're like going in for an inward block, but then you're still blocking on the inside of the arm, and
So if my uppercut comes in on you right now, look at the screen. Boom, you hit that down.
on the screen, not you.
No, I know. Because I'm watching you do it. You got to watch my little screen. So boom, I hit that uppercut.
Hold on, I gotta get your little screen up because I don't see you. Okay.
So I'm stepping in with that.
Here.
Boom. Okay, so you're hitting me there. Okay, so what do you think? If this is coming in, or this is coming in after?
Okay, will you give me your right uppercut?
Backwards.
It's-
I got you.
Right.
Boom.
Wait a minute. Here.
And I'm going to give you guys something now that you're going to go, oh, it's that simple.
Because
Okay.
the whole point of the left arm in this technique is to like hit the face and cancel the right arm, right?
Okay. So that right shot can definitely cancel that shot. Okay. Boom. And that's going to stop me. Okay. But remember, when I'm throwing a combination, I'm not going boom, boom. You're going to be committed. So I'm going boom, boom. So even if you hit me, boom, you may hit me. That arm could still be coming through right there. So there's a Kelly, what do you think?
I would, so if he's coming in with that, I would block. And if it's coming in on this side, I'm just going to guard and come up the circle and hit him this way. So my left arm will just, from that point of origin, just come into a guard position, ride that punch in.
So pop as it comes in from there.
Right. So if I'm going to, boom, if he's coming in this way,
You're just going to guard up.
boom. Oh, hang on.
Okay. So I like that as well. So what Kelly's doing is she's actually kind of taking a little bit of a chunk out. Okay. Because what happens here, if I'm here, boom, and that punch comes into the side, and I step here, yes, I'm protected. Now what you can do after this shot is simply, all you're taking out now is that shot. So now you have, boom, this is replacing that. And then from here, you can actually finish with the same technique. Because remember, that punch, you're on the inside. So now you can actually clear and hit again. Okay? So now it goes boom, block, hit, elbow.
Yeah.
Okay? Another thing too, since you landed an uppercut, if that right punch is here, you block, your right hand is still down. So say he tries to throw another uppercut or another right hook, right? We still hit that step and we can still have that guard up. Whether it's a low, we block that shot, clear, and finish. Or we can go boom, we take that step on the way in, we block as we hit again, boom, and finish. Okay?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
So I have a question. So with the second strike, that's actually the technique with like the claw to the face. Isn't that somewhat off of the circle anyways? So wouldn't that kind of get you off of the line for their second strike?
It would. So if I go boom, and then I'm off the line here, the only thing is if it is a straight right punch, you are correct, right? Because I'm here and I'm moving the target, I'm going to be over here now. But say it is a left hooking punch, okay? Even if you hit this claw, look at that space you have coming in for that hook punch, okay? So this claw, it's an incidental move. It's not a primary move. This is like an eye rake just to get the hands up or to disorient, okay? This isn't a boom, a strike there. Boom, and then we're just raking across the face pretty much, and then hitting, okay? So yes, if it is a straight right punch, this shot, if you catch him under the chin maybe, think protecting, circles of protection, boom, we're catching, okay, if it's a straight right, perfect. But remember, if it's that hook, we may have to maybe turn into that inward block and then finish with our rest of the technique, okay? So let's see if Alan, you got any input on this so far? No? Just watching and learning?
Yeah.
All right, I love it. Okay, so one little thing, and this is very simple, and this is actually something that that Yosh got into, is on this shot here, instead of making it a downward shot, okay, what we do is we're going to actually turn his body. We're going to make this a inward block, but a low inward block. So we're actually going to twist into a neutral bow. So we're going boom, and we're actually punching across the face here. What's going to happen if you hit that downward, you get that reaction. But if you think bowing to Buddha, Kelly, you know this one, right? We go down on the knee, and then we shoot it out. Same concept. We go down, and we roll it out. So we go boom. Okay, what's going to happen there when I hit, it's going to turn my body. Okay, so right there, that already canceled out half that punch. So it's not changing the technique at all. All you're doing is you're hitting it more so with a bent arm. You're like flexing, like you're doing a bicep curl, hold that position tight. And when you step in, you're actually hitting with your body and not the arm itself. So that uppercut comes in, you go boom, and you shoot it across. That's going to make me shoot it this way, canceling out my right hand. From there, that's where you finish the rest of the technique. Boom. Okay. Now you can actually catch the back of the arm and hit that and actually keep that arm checked. So when I hit boom and you cancel, when you hit that switch on the check, your other hand actually blocks this arm from turning back as you're clawing across the face. So boom, I hit it across, the arm is right here now. My left hand goes and checks that arm as we step back and claw across the face. So now we're actually turning his body this way, and then we're actually clawing his face the other direction. Okay, does that make sense?
Like that.
Make sense, everybody? All right, so that's just a simple boom. We catch the arm and keep him turned as we hit the head and actually get a little neck crank. From there, we have a nice shot. Boom. So now the reaction, what you're going to get, playing with the reactions, after you hit here, boom, you hit him, you rake across, and you landed that kidney shot, what's going to cause you to switch back into your step and your hand sword and your elbow is now I'm going to come back at you. So boom, pop, I got hit. And then when I turn into you again to fire, to chase you back down, that's when you distend them. Boom, we crank the neck, we keep them checked, and we hit. When they turn into us, that's when we check them. Because they're going to be turning right into that hand sword, right into the throat. Okay? So it's boom, we turn, we catch, we hit. When they start turning back into us for that right punch to come back in, boom, we're checking them there. Now we're on the inside. And then we're just turning and elbowing. Okay? Variation, some of you guys like to do it when you hit, you grab, and you bring them down. Okay? I think I talked to Carrie about this a while ago, about turning that chop into that crane hand, okay? And actually bring them down and hit them to the back of the head. But a little addition, a little extension for you, okay? After you hit that shot down, boom, what you do is you bring your hand back up. So you flex your wrist back like you're throwing a heel palm, close your fist. So you go boom, and then you bring it back up right away. So you're going boom, pop. And the reaction you get when you're pulling my head down is crack, the elbow comes through, and then automatically you pull it back, and you catch on the other side on the way up. So you're going boom, whack, and you're catching with the back of the knuckles on the other side of the chin. So we have turn them, he turns, we keep him turned, checking on that arm, hitting the raking across the face, hitting. When they turn back into us to throw that punch, we go up the circle again, checking the neck, swimming through, we can grab, hit, and then pull that right back out. So pop, boom. Okay? Any questions on that.
Is
I know.
that just a modified rising sun punch kind of thing?
Kind of, but it's not like a straight arm. You're hitting down, because remember, it's glancing wing. It's not so much an inward elbow. We're catching like we're shooting a punch onto the floor. You're catching with that right there. So it's boom, and then you just pull it right back out. So you're hitting one side of the jaw, and then you catch the other side of the jaw on the way out. Boom, whap.
Cool.
So think about you're starting a lawnmower. Or you're discoing in the 70s. All right. So that's just one little variation. Just we're playing with the what if and the actual strikes and what can possibly happen now instead of the guy just taking out, right? So now we're playing with more of an active attacker. So let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to be your guys' attacker. I will.
Hey,
Yes.
can you just clear, is this a right uppercut or a left uppercut?
It's against a left uppercut.
Okay. My sheet says right uppercut. That's why I'm super confused.
A right uppercut?
That'd be, yeah.
Oh, then you'd be doing left side.
Like Kempo Tech, it says left. So
Yeah,
that
that's
no
a
wonder I never
You're
remember
doing
this
left
tech.
sided. Try and do it against a right uppercut. It's gonna feel really weird.
Well, that's why I was like so confused trying to figure out a difference. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's against a left uppercut. If I throw a left uppercut, are you guys getting a left uppercut from me or right? That looks like a right uppercut.
That's a right.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw a right uppercut. It's gonna be a left, but I have to do it backwards because it's mirrored. So I'm attacking. It's gonna be a left uppercut. Okay. So as I come in, I shoot this uppercut. You hit that downward rolling block. Boom, that's going to turn me around. Now you hit the switch, the check on the arm and the incidental, boom, with the rake. That's going to crank my head this way as you're pushing my arm the other direction. Now when I turn and fire the shot, that's when you go up the circle and hit your check and your spread. Boom, right? It's going to check me this way and then finish, crack, and then rising up. Okay, so one more time. We have boom, we turn me, you keep me, you crank with the switch, you land that shot here to the kidney, boom, I turn and fire, you check, boom, on the neck. From there, you bring me down and crack, crack. Okay, does that make sense to everybody, that one? All right. Let's go over to Alan. All right, Alan, you got the next technique, buddy. What's your favorite technique?
Okay. I'm having problems with 5 swords. I just don't know when to hit them strikes. Is it all at the same time, or is it timed?
So there is kind of a timing sequence to this, okay? And it's very, not hard, but I mean, it's very picky with this timing. And the beauty of this technique also, Alan, is you can make your own timing on this technique. You can emphasize certain strikes whenever you want, okay? I'll show you my version and my timing, okay? So what I like to do is when I hit on this block, our double block, what I make this as a 1-2. So it's ah, it's boom, boom, okay? So those are my first 2 strikes. I want you to think about blocking and then just shooting a heel palm. Don't even worry about the hand sword. Okay, I'm gonna spotlight you so I can watch you. Boom. Okay, so we're here. We block, and then just shoot that heel palm. Boom. There we go. One more time. And block, heel palm. Nice. Now it's your job to fit that hand sword in between those 2. So instead of boom, boom, it's gonna go boom, pa, pa. So block, and then on the way through on this heel palm, yeah, boom, boom. Okay, now as soon as you get there, boom, pop, pop. As soon as that hits, you go right back to neutral bow, clap. And then, so this is another double beat. It's boom, boom. Yeah, okay. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See that timing there? So when you speed it up, it's boom, 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 boom. Chop. Sorry, I did elbow. Boom, 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 boom. So block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Bop, 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 bop. See the timing on there? Nice. Boom, bop, bop, boom. Nice, that's it, dude. Feel better for you?
Yep.
Okay, now, like I said, now you can emphasize whatever, make your own timing if you want. You can fly through these first 3, bop, bop, boom, boom, and then just land this deadly overhead chop, boom, and emphasize on that one. Or you can emphasize on the hand sword, boom, boom. You can just go boom, boom, bop, bop, bop. And then, so you just play with the timing. That's the best part about this technique is it's your technique. You do what you want to do. Your timing is what works for you, okay? Everyone's going to be a little different. So take that and kind of play with it a little bit as well. So 5 swords, great technique, one of my favorites. All right, Carrie. What do you got, Carrie?
Yes.
Technique.
Oh. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out. Let's do, because I was literally just talking to Jared about this one. Let's do gripping talon.
Gripping talon.
Because I hate it.
Go ahead and do it for me real quick.
Is this the two-handed wrist grab one?
Yeah, it's the 2-hand, and I'm doing something wrong in it, so I don't know. It's this one.
One more time.
Boom, pop, boom, here, here. And then I think it ends with like a knee on the way out.
Oh, the best
Probably
ending
probably
ever. Yeah,
So-
that weird thrusting knee. So like the
Yeah.
If you're going around the head because you're hitting on the far side,
The
Cool.
2-hand
Yeah.
cross grab
yeah, keep going.
here,
Boom. Hit.
and it ends with like,
So, what part of it are you having trouble with? Is it, I think I know what it is. Is it you're too close to throw that elbow and step up the circle?
that. I don't know. I think I'm stepping up the circle wrong. I don't know.
I believe this is gripping challenge. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it's blue sheet. Boom.
So we have, it's the 2-hand grab.
Yeah.
Right? We step in, we clear the arm, and we hit to the groin. Okay? Now it's written, elbow, we step back with the elbow, we back knuckle through, and we take the leg out as we hit on the far side of the head.
Now that's what I'm doing wrong.
And then we drive up with that knee. Okay, so what that shot is like a forearm strike on the side of the head. You take this guy's knee out, boom, his head is right here. So you're going pop on the far side of the head like a punch down. Okay, so boom, here, we have rolling, inward elbow, step rear crossover with the back elbow, boom, bring the back fist through as you hit that, boom, we hit the leg or the ribs as we sweep out, pop down onto the other side of the head. From there, we knee up to the head.
That's what I was missing.
So, one thing that I noticed on this technique, and this is actually a good thing that you brought this up, is when I'm working on a body, especially someone who's bigger than me, when you hit this shot here, yes, that groin shot will loosen them up. When I inward elbow, look at how close they're going to be. Because think about doing like flashing wings or something. How close are you when you're throwing those elbows? So remember, that arm is across your head now. Boom, you're hitting on the ribs. You don't really have much room to step and land that outward elbow, okay? It becomes more of like a shove than anything. So when we're here, boom, elbow, elbow. Look at how much distance I need to get that proper footwork in. Boom. And then I step through with my shot. And I always feel crowded on this part. Boom, elbow. He's right here. I get stuffed every time right here when I do it this way. Okay. So a little modification, and it's something you already know, is I want you to think trigger salute. That wrist grab comes in, we come underneath, we re-grab, we hit to the groin. And what I like to do is I do like trigger salute. I go inward, outward in my neutral bow. Pop, pop. And then when I do my back knuckle, that's when I step, because I don't need a lot of room. My travel for my back knuckle goes from here to here. And I'm going to use my body weight, pop, to rip that through. So now I don't need to extend that arm. If I do the elbow, I'll never get to extend because I'm moving. So it becomes more of like a shoulder shove. So boom, hit, think triggered salute. Pop, pop. Then take your step with the back knuckle. Boom, and then bring it around. Okay? If I like that way a lot better. Like I said, it's because if those of you have done this technique on the body before, you get a little crowded on there. Okay? I definitely do. But this gives you more than enough room, because now I have this much space to land that strike as well as hit that marriage of gravity. And you guys know that's one of my favorite moves, that step up the circle and landing that shot. Boom, boom, hit, bring it around, and pop. Okay. Now, what do you think are some what if factors? Let's explore this technique now a little bit. So a two-handed grab on one wrist. Okay. What do you think is a what if factor once you get that hand off? Go ahead, Kelly.
Well, I was gonna do a what if factor if you have like 7 where that break doesn't work. Do you just go for his groin? You know what I mean? Like you can't break the hands off to get that initial strike.
Yeah, so you're here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't get those hands off right there.
Right.
Okay. So one thing you can do, just to add a little bit more oomph to it, is when you get to here and you start doing this shot, instead of making this motion here, what do you think is going to have more power, if I extend this way or if I punch down to the floor?
Ooh, punch down.
Over here, when we hit here, even if he's still holding on, we still have our elbow, so we can actually lift our elbow up to get a little bit of a crank. And then from here, instead of trying to do a tricep extension against Seven's arm, okay, we're going to actually punch straight down. Boom! Punch down. Okay? So, and another thing, guys, you have feet. You have preempted strikes as well. Someone grabs your leg, give them a little kick in the shin as you step in. Right? Pop, boom, shoot down. Then you can do a little step drag back knuckle. So you can add that little shot there, get their mind off the hands real quick. So it's boom as you step in, pop, turn, punch down, and then you can even shoot in with that back knuckle, or you can go right in to your technique.
Yeah.
Okay? I like doing that little bit of a shuffle. Boom, punch down in, and then that will be the little softener, and then finish with what you got. Okay? But that is a good point. Someone's holding your arm like this, right? You're not going to try to force them, trying to overpower them. Okay? You have to go with what they're doing. So when you turn, don't think about you're pulling your arm and then you're pulling. Use your body. Let your hands, as you step in, your hands get closer to your body, and then you turn. Okay? You're going to have a lot more power if you try to do, okay? So as you come in, you let those wrists come in tight. Boom. Okay? Now you have a headbutt as well. He's closer to you. From there, now you turn your whole body as you punch down. Boom. Elbow. Or hit that shot. Boom, boom, back, and finish. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was cool.
So just a little variation. Remember, the closer you are to your body, especially on someone who's bigger than you, you're not going to be able to get your hands out of that. okay, because they're holding on. So there, even if you make a nice little wrist crank out of it and you do a violent, like, inward elbow, okay, that could do some damage, okay? You can hyperextend the arm, it may loosen them up a little bit. So you turn, boom, punch down, then shoot in and finish the rest of the technique. So, and that's the what if factor on this is he has two hands on your wrist. So the threat of that other hand coming in it's kind of low, especially if he's holding your wrist like that. Okay, now if he lets go, then you got to switch into something else, right? We have different techniques for that. It's that one-handed wrist grab, so we kind of change it up a little bit. Any questions on that one? Did that help, Carrie, answer your question?
Yeah, I was doing the footwork wrong. Like I was missing that.
And it may be a little different than from what Sensei Donnie or Sensei Jared goes over. We all know that. I get in trouble all the time. But
No, you were teaching it right. I was missing this step back. Like I was doing that wrong.
oh, the crossover. Yeah, because what we're doing there is we're loading up for that shot. Okay, if you don't hit that rear crossover, we have nothing to shoot back. If I go up the circle, I don't have anything. Okay, so I need to load that shot up. Boom, boom, load that leg up. Fire that up. Boom, right across. All right. Molly, your turn.
Okay, I don't really have questions, but
Yeah. Something you notice, like, oh, what if this guy throws his punch here?
how about let's do circles of protection.
Ooh, circles of protection. I like this technique. So, Alan, you know circles of protection, bud? What belt are you, dude?
Well, in Ireland we have for the kids we have different techniques for different belts.
Yeah,
So, for
yeah.
example, I have kids brown belt.
Okay.
So my highest technique would be around trusting the one with the kick.
Thrusting salute?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys is more so work
Yeah,
off
we
the lower belt sheets for as you get progress.
yeah.
Okay, I get that. So you're actually getting some advanced stuff today. So I hope you're enjoying this.
Okay, thanks.
So circles of protection. You can go for days on this technique. Do you just want to break it down, go over the what ifs, or do you have a specific what's going on here, or what?
No, I think it would be interesting to think about the what ifs.
Okay. So let's go over this technique. This is against, I've seen it against different things. I've seen it against almost like a hammer fist. Like imagine someone got a bottle in their hand or something, and they're stepping in and they're gonna hit you over the head with that hammer fist. Okay. I've seen that version where it's boom, like an overhead. I've also seen it where it's like an overhead hooking punch. Okay, an overhead shot. So where you're stepping in, you're going boom, catching there. Okay. Now, the footwork is also very important. All right. How often does somebody step in with that right punch? Okay. A lot of the times, if you're still hitting with a bottle or hitting over the head, maybe. But I like to play with this technique like someone's actually coming over the top like a roundhouse hooking punch. So, base technique, the punch comes in, we step into our forward bow. Boom, okay? So this is the step itself is actually kind of weird. You're actually transitioning into a forward bow as you're stepping forward. Boom, we're catching there, okay? Same time, almost like click, click, almost the same time. It's boom, and we're catching underneath the chin with that left hand, okay? From there, we're spreading the arms, clearing that arm, step dragging with that heel palm, and then a back knuckle up to the head, okay? So one more time, we have one, catch, clear, step drag claw, and then rising back knuckle. Okay, so let's go over a couple versions of this itself before we get into the what if. Okay, do you guys have it step drag on the growing claw and then back knuckle, or do you have growing and then step drag back knuckle?
Step drag back knuckle. So that you're step dragging as you're pulling the groin and the face. So you're pulling the groin as you're step dragging, so you're pulling them into that back knuckle.
Okay, so just for humor me,
Okay.
I want you to go up against a tree or a wall and try to step drag forward
Why?
and back knuckle. Just do it. See if you see how much power you have on that back knuckle.
No.
Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the tree wins every time. So the reason I wanted to point that out to you, okay, is boom, hit. When we hit someone in the groin, what's their reaction? So now we're talking about reactions here. You hit someone in the groin, I don't bend over. My knees drop, my center of gravity drops, and my chin comes up. Anybody will do it. If you walk up to someone, next time you see your husband, just go like that and try to fake him out. Oh, you're going to see that. Whoa, what are you doing? Okay? Knees drop, chin comes up. It's an anatomical reaction. Okay? So, if you're here, boom, we hit that shot there. This is the precursor. If you land this shot underneath the chin, what do you think is going to happen? Is he just going to take that shot, or is he going to back up a little bit?
Back up.
We go boom, pop, catch him under the chin. What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to back up or stand his ground a little bit?
Well, I've actually been hit by your dad by this, and I can say that I go backwards.
Okay, good. So it backs you up, right? So boom, when we catch here, okay, pop, you're going to get a reaction. So look at this, which is fun. When you step drag in for the claw, or when you claw without the step drag, he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
He's out there. You go boom, pop, he backs up. There's no growing there anymore. Okay? So that's the precursor. Boom, let's say now he stays where you put him. Boom, hit, he stays there. You hit the growing. He's now right here like this. Okay? How you don't have anything to explode up with or to shoot. He's crowded you so much as it is already. Okay? So this is why we like to, just the same technique, switch those two around. Because what you're doing is boom, pop, we may back him up a little bit, we chase him down, pop, and then we launch this right away on the way up. Okay, because the reaction is I back up, growing, and then I get back knuckled in the head. Okay? As opposed to missing the growing shot, okay, if he backs up, or landing the growing shot and then having nothing to move forward with because I'm crowded now. Okay, so that's just one little difference that we like to just switch that up. Boom, hit, back them up a little bit, step drag to close the distance, and then on their way down, that's when you catch under the chin because it's a boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a forward bow, modified forward bow with the step drag, and then you're torquing right back with that back fist. Okay, you can even come under the chin there with a rising, like a rising ridge hand. So boom, since that head's coming down, I'm going this. Oh, look at that nice target you have there. So you go boom, and then you actually shoot up with that. You're hitting with that forearm right underneath the chin. Boom, whack, catching underneath. Okay, so just real quick, boom, hit, step drag on the claw, and then raise the back knuckle. That makes a little bit more sense to me with that. Now, let's play with some of the reactions. Okay, so that's just one aspect of that. When we shoot this shot here, okay, what's the probability if I'm throwing this shot and you block? Yes, you may, if you land that shot, that's going to have definitely cause a reaction out of the person. But if I'm going boom and I throw this shot, okay? So when I'm here, I'm blocking. Look at what's open. I got two hands on one weapon pretty much. I have this whole side right here, okay? So if they can go boom, pop, I'm in some trouble, all right? So one thing that we like to do is, and I'm sure you've seen it before, is to cancel out a secondary shot. Instead of going up to the head here, because we all know this kind of feels a little awkward as well, there's not much on there, okay, is we're going to take this shot low. We're going to make it low. And we're still going to keep this shot up to the head, but we're going to make it more of an incidental as opposed to a strike there, okay? So what we're going to do when we step in is we're going to shoot this hand sword low onto the solar plexus or even onto like the lung meridian here, the floating ribs. Okay, so when I throw this punch, you're blocking the punch, but I'm also getting hit at the same time. So even if I have that right hand coming, boom, it's going to cancel that right hand out. Okay, so we're here. As we step in, instead of shooting here and then catching high, we're going to go boom at the same time. Block and hit at the same time to the stomach, solar plexus, lower half here. So boom. Okay. Now, when you get hit in the solar plexus of the stomach, what is your reaction? Head comes down. Okay. Now, we don't have to chase our incidental anymore. We don't have to go to our target anymore. The target comes to us now. So now we're here. Boom. All we have to do is go straight into our spread. Pop. Okay. Now, if you time it right, I hit to the body. Boom. Oh, I'm coming down. On the way up, you're catching that shit on the way down. So you're going, boom, hit. So you're hitting low, and then on the spread, that's when you're catching. Whack. Okay? So you're hitting now. You already got two reactions out of this guy off of pretty much two moves. Where the first one is boom, boom, haven't done anything, got him. Where this one, you're getting a reaction on the initial shot, and then followed right after, you're hitting him again, and then again, and again. So you're actually adding a little bit more strikes into the same motion that we're doing here. So boom, we hit low, causing him to bend. When we hit low, boom, that's when that shoots up. So it's boom, hit, clear. And then finish, step drag, uppercut, or back knuckle. Okay? So that right there is one way to cancel out that right hand, other hand from coming in. Okay, and I know I'm throwing the right hand. It's probably confusing you guys. I'll throw the left so it makes more sense. So boom, I'd be throwing this or this overhead punch here. You're stepping in and hitting low. Go ahead and do it. I'll be your virtual Uki right now. So I'm here. I'm going to throw this punch as you step in low. Boom. You land that shot. You catch underneath the chin. You spread, groin, back knuckle. Okay, one more time. I'm here. I step in. Slow motion. Boom. You go low. You catch high. You spread, growing, back knuckle. Okay, you guys see how now it's not just this guy standing here and we're working on somebody chasing our targets down. Now what we're doing is we're making our targets come to us. Boom, give me that head. There it is. Boom, clear. Head coming down, pop, smack him there. So now we're no longer chasing. We're letting him come to us, and we're capitalizing on that, on the reactions. Okay. Now I have one more variation of this technique. You can tell I really like this technique. Is this answering your question, Molly? Kind of, or like exploring this technique like you wanted?
That's awesome.
All right. So I got one more for you with this technique. Is we're gonna keep the same pattern. This is one of my variations. I actually came up with this. Is for some reason I've never liked. I love this technique. Don't get me wrong, but I've never liked cross blocking here. Okay. The overhead punch, and the reason is like I said, I'm a boxer. I know that left hand is coming. Okay. I know it's not just gonna go and then stay there. If I'm throwing a punch, it's gonna be boom, boom. Okay. So I never really understood. I was like, I love this technique. I hate this block, okay? So all we're gonna do is switch our hands, okay? You notice this technique is called circles of protection. It starts here, we start moving, and we hit our 2 circles, okay? It's our Venn diagram circles. Boom, we catch 2 circles, back coming across, okay? We're gonna keep this same circle, so the principles and the concepts of this technique will not change right now. The same pattern. Only what we're gonna do is we're gonna start our circles in different positions. Instead of here, doing our circles, we're gonna start them from here. So what I like to do on this is when that right hand comes in, and it feels just so much better. We do it in sparring, we teach it as this is the best way to spar, this is the great strike, but we don't teach it in the system. We teach it as a sparring technique, which I'm gonna show you how to implement it in the system right now. When that punch comes in, just like we would in sparring, we're gonna step in with that upward block as we shoot this punch down into the solar plexus or the floating rib. So when that overhead punch comes in, we're going boom, and we're blocking that shot here, and we're landing that strike at the same time. Same thing we did here, blocking and striking. But now, boom, we're a little bit more protected. My shoulder is up, I'm protected on the left side. If that right hand comes, I still have this arm just to bring it up here, okay? But what we're gonna do is we block that punch, we land this shot here. Same reaction as this, okay? What's gonna happen? I'm gonna get, right? So all we're gonna do, boom, we're gonna do this rising phoenix dragon fist that Kelly was talking about, whatever it's called. Okay, boom, this hand, all it's gonna do is come straight up under the chin. Okay, so imagine someone punching you in the stomach, boom, and then just lifting their hand up right away. Boom, pop. Okay, what's gonna happen? Right underneath the chin. Same reaction as boom, hit. Right? Boom, hit, boom, hit. Okay, so we're here, 1 hit underneath, okay? Now we're in the same reaction. Only thing is we're on the inside now. So now instead of a clear, what we're gonna do, since we no longer have to get this arm around and clear the arm, we're already on the inside. After that shot, is I'm gonna turn this, instead of a clearing motion, okay? Since I'm already on the inside, I'm gonna turn, since I popped the head up, boom, I'm gonna turn into my neutral bow and turn it into a heel palm. Pop across the face. Okay, same circles. Boom, hit, heel palm. From there, take it home. Same reaction. So if we play with this technique, if you're throwing that punch, boom, hit low, causes that reaction. That chin comes up. Boom, gets that reaction. And since we're already on the inside, boom, boom, when I pop that head up, that hand that's here just shoots straight across. Boom, right in. So now the reaction, you're hitting him 3 times in that sequence there. So you're going boom, under the chin, heel palm across the face. And it's super quick. Boom, pop, boom. Okay, it's super fast. Boom, hit, hit. And then we finish with our technique, okay? Notice we're still making our circles. Starting from here, boom, up, clear, hit. Boom, up, clear, hit. It's the same technique. I think it's a little bit safer, okay? Any questions on that version of circles of protection? No? Good stuff. I should have posted my technique so I could accuse you of stealing it.
That's seriously almost exactly what I was saying. My the technique that I was saying the attack was a overhead and then a hook, and I kind of had that motion already. So I was like, oh, here you go. He's taking my technique.
But that's what it is. It's not my motion. It's motion that is in the technique already. It's 2 circles. That's all it is. You're just starting your circles in different areas. So that's awesome that you came up with that on yourself. I'm glad that it wasn't me that inspired that you did it yourself. That's even better. And now it's you have someone who said, yeah, just reassured, you're good. You're good. Great technique. But yeah, did that kind of answer your question or kind of review surface of protection, break it down a little bit? Any other questions or techniques? We have like a few minutes left. Any questions or anything like that? All right. So last thing we're going to do, since everyone is an expert at everything. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. It was a joke. I'm kidding. Okay, what we're going to do here, we're going to create our own technique real quick. Okay? Let's decide on a strike. What's our strike or combination? Somebody. Anybody.
Jab cross.
Jab cross. Perfect. All right, so we have jab cross. All right, Molly, you're first up. What are you addressing first? We're gonna add, each person's gonna add on to the technique. So you have the initial move, block strike, or block and strike, or whatever. Could be just a parry up the circle.
Parry the jab.
So parry the jab. Okay. Mm-hmm. So front-handed parry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if that jab comes in, boom, you're just gonna parry it across.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, Carrie. Next up. Now that cross is coming in. So now I'm here. Jab, cross, left jab, right cross. Boom, you're parrying that shot. And then your next one is, boom.
I'd probably pick that too.
Okay, so now we're getting into a little bit of some circling fans there. Okay, so parry, we're parrying that hand, and then we're parrying that hand. Remember, you can block, you can strike at the same time. Okay, so maybe you can parry, and then when that other hand comes in, you can strike at the same time. Okay? Or, there you go. So one thing I like to do on this is I'll actually parry with my backhand. Okay? So boom, boom, I'll actually use the same hand to parry. So now look at snake and talon. Okay? We parry that shot on that jab. When that cross comes in, that's the line he has to take. So now we outward parry with the other hand, and we strike at the same time. So now I'm going, boom, you parry, then you parry and strike at the same time. Okay? But, you see how that works there? So, we're going to agree on that one? So we have parry, backhanded parry with the strike. Okay? So now what, Carrie, what's the reaction you're going to get out of this? So I'm going, yes, so it's your strike. So what's the reaction? 1, you parry across. 2 comes in, you parry back. And you're punching where?
Floating ribs.
Floating ribs. Okay, so I'm going to be in more of a traditional boxing stance. 1, 2, going to the ribs. Your reaction is what?
Boom. Your head's going to come down.
Okay, boom, I'm coming here. Okay, so you're going to land, boom, my head is probably going to come down across this way. Okay, so Alan, knowing that is my reaction, what is your next attack?
Wait, so what hand do we parry with?
So if you're starting with your left foot forward, you're going to inward parry with your, I'll mirror you. You're going to inward parry with your left hand. And then what you're going to do is you're going to outward parry with the same hand as you land the punch to the ribs. So what's happening is you're parrying my first punch across. So go ahead and I'm going to be your uke. So you parry the first punch. Boom, there's my line. I'm going to punch at your head. Use the same hand and outward block it and punch at the same time. Boom, there's your reaction. Okay, so now, given that reaction, what is your strike?
Maybe a chop to the neck.
Okay.
Because his head is already bent over.
All right, I like that. So Alan's react, boom, boom, that punch comes in, pop. Now, since your hand is already here, I like how you're thinking here, you're just going to track straight down that arm and go for that chop to the throat. Boom. more of like a driving, thrusting shudo. Okay? So we're here, we parry, we outward parry, and we hit. Now we're just going to track up that arm that we have checked here and shoot straight in. Whap! Okay? So the reaction is 1, 2, hit, and then he's going to come right across. Boom! And hit me right underneath the throat right there with that driving shudo. Okay? So now, there's your reaction, Kelly. You got the finisher. Finish him.
So as you're falling backward with that chop, I'm gonna take my left hand and grab, like go down your wrist and grab it as I right snake kick you in the groin as you're going.
Ooh.
Boom.
All right. And then you're out of there.
Does that make sense?
So you're talking that little reverse kick right there?
So as the left hand's going away, my chopping hand's gonna grab it, so you're at least not too far away for me to.
Okay. So we have parry with the left, outward parry with the right. As we strike, we're going to hit that chop there. Boom. Okay, from there, we're going to re-grab the wrist. And then you're going to use your front leg or your back leg. Back leg. Okay, so he's there. Okay, so his leg is actually going to be right there. So we have to snake around that leg. I get that. That's what I was looking at. So boom, so since his leg is here, where they're in a closed stance, you can't kick straight in because that leg is there. So now we have to hit that little round kick. Boom. Okay? So now, there's our shot right there. One more time. Inward parry. Outward parry strike. Come in with that hand sword. Boom, he backs up. We catch that arm. We step forward with our kick. Okay, now, I'm going back to Molly since you started it. We're in a position that's very wound up and ready to go. I can think of a great strike from here, so I'm going to give it to you. You get the final move since we started with you.
Speaking of taking out his leg, since they're snaked around.
Okay, well, we're not taking out his. Thinking about it, or we are?
Well, you're in that position. You're like snaked around front already, so you just.
So I'm going to give you your reaction right now. We're going to be the uki. I'll give you your reaction. Okay, so we have right cross, or right jab, or left jab, parry, left one comes in, parry, strike, shudo in, boom, you snake kick around the leg, boom, and you're wound up perfectly for thrusting salute, actually. So are you starting with your left foot forward or your right foot forward, Molly?
My left foot.
Left foot forward. Yeah. Boom, pop, shoot, grab, kick. So you're in that position there, right? Okay, so now what did you want to do from there? After you kick to the groin, you're going to do what?
I was gonna turn and do like a side kick to their far leg.
To the far leg?
Yeah.
So kick to the groin, turn, and knife edge maybe to the knee.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right, so full technique. Inward. Outward parry strike. Shudo up to the neck, tracking up the arm. Re-grab. Shoot that in. Boom. From there, it's going to be a nice pop, boom. Okay, notice our foot's still in the air. I want to go ahead and add that last strike for you guys.